And we are live once again, guys. Welcome to a brand new video on today, guys. It is once again career mode on YouTube. I don't think it's on Twitch, but I'm not sure yet. But anyway, we are here for the Season 4 Malaysian Grand Prix live on Ryan L83. And welcome, guys, once again, and my ugly face again, because, yeah, you guys wanted a face cam a few races ago, and I'm going to stick it anyway. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone's having a fantastic afternoon here on a Saturday. It looks absolutely beautiful, if you can't tell from the... Well, there's no reflection on the mirror on the wardrobe. But anyway, we're here for the race stream for the Malaysian Grand Prix. I just want to quickly say a massive shout-out to FIFA Driver, who subscribed during the intro there. So, thank you, guys. I don't think Twitch is online. I don't know why it's not working, so I'll try and get something changed. Try and get it fixed for the next stream, which will be on Monday, maybe Tuesday potentially, but we'll see how that pans out as well. Also as well, guys, at the end of the race I will be doing a very nice conference call with you guys. So if you want to get involved with this and it's basically you guys come on the server, on the Discord server. You can talk to me about the race, anything in particular, or any questions you got for me. I'll be doing a mini Q&A at the end of the stream, so make sure to join me on the Discord, guys, if you haven't already. It's in the description, guys, and the mods will post it off as well in the chat. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out on there. Especially, I would need some help with the Nations Cup side of things, so if anyone is interested in helping with the Nations Cup and has a PC version of the game, then let me know on Discord. So we want to get that ball rolling with that series, because it is a good one that I've got lined up as well. I will be back on later this evening, guys, about 8 o'clock tonight. I'll be doing another video, which is going to be looking at a 2017 mod, which has the performance of the real-life cars at the minute at Spain. So I will be doing a little run of that. It will be quite exciting. I'm going to have all the 2017 liveries on the car, minus the Mercedes, because I can't get it. All the drivers as well will be in there, and it should be quite interesting. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that all works out there for you guys. Tomorrow we've got the top 5 overtakes will be on as well, and I may slip in potentially the 2003 career mode at Imola. It will be offline, it won't be streamed, but I will try my best. But most likely, for definite, it will be top 5 overtakes tomorrow at 5 o'clock UK time, and then the next career mode stream, which will be at Suzuka, will be on Monday night, as I'm going to be away tomorrow and a little bit on Monday, because I won't be back till late afternoon. So I will try and stream Suzuka for you guys on Monday night. So as we're near the end of Season 4, it will be the last season as well of career mode for now, as I'm going to be focusing on the Nations Cup side of things, and also a maybe cheeky 2017 season mod career mode as well, which will be replacing the career mode in terms of streaming for a series. So I'm really happy about that, of what I've got lined up for that, and potentially using the 2017 season performance mod as well, which will be quite exciting if everything works well. Apart from that, I think that's really I've got to say right now. So lots of hype. Make sure, guys, to share the stream out as well. Give it a like on the stream as well. The more likes we get, the more I'll bring out this career mode more often. And also as well, guys, I will be doing a bit of a special race weekend special for this career mode. One of the races remaining will be picked. I'll stream all of practice all for one episode, full quali as the second episode, and then the race stream will be 100%. So one of these final races will be a full race distance, and I will be streaming it live on both YouTube and Twitch. So if you want a track in mind that you want me to race it on, let me know in the comments, guys, of this video. And also in the Discord, I'll be opening it up for you guys to vote for your track preference. And the one that gets the most votes will be the track that we drive on. And I will be doing it as of after Suzuka. So from Suzuka onwards, you can vote for your track. And then whichever one gets the most votes, we'll do it anyway. So without further ado, it is now time for the race. It is the Malaysian Grand Prix. And it should be quite interesting to do. As Mateus, I think it is. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. Welcome to the Ryan83 community. Everyone give him a nice hashtag welcome and then his name. And if anyone subscribes during this, please make sure to put the hashtag in the chat and make them feel welcome of being in this community that we've got as well. And finally as well, if you've not been on my Discord, I am very excited to say that I may have some sponsors lined up for Little More GP for Season 5. It's a company in America that sells snapbacks, and I will be getting some maybe down the line as a giveaway competition, and I will sign them as well if you want. It's still in the early stages, but I would love to see some hype in the chat for sponsorships, because it's the first ever sponsorship we're getting for the channel. It's not a big company, but it's something on the right direction for this channel, so it's quite exciting. It's going to be very exciting. All will be revealed in the Discord. I'm going to put more details in there as well. But we have got sponsors for the first time on the channel, which is absolutely fantastic on there, so that's quite exciting. Anyway, enough chit-chat. It's now time. Let me know in the comments where you think we'll be finishing in this race. I do like to talk a lot, Blessed. You know me. I love to talk. Anything exciting, I like to just give it away. Light target as well is going to be quite a nice one, so we'll see how we go on that. But now, it's time for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Sit back, guys. Enjoy this one. It should be quite nice. And it's now time for race time. Here we go, guys. Sit back, enjoy the race, and here we go. Hello everybody and welcome to the F1 2016 live career mode being streamed right now on YouTube. We are here for episode 135 of Season 4 and we are at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the first of the last few races of the season, the Asian flyaway tracks, whatever you want to call them, as we're here for the Malaysian Grand Prix. In the last race at Singapore, it didn't really go well for us. We had a strategy right at the end with VSC, the virtual safety car, that could have given us a chance of a podium, but it didn't come our way. But we did, though, get a double points finish for Little GP as Marcus Ericsson got his first podium of the season, which is absolutely fantastic. And in this qualifying stream that we had about 10 minutes ago, we qualified P11, which isn't too bad, but we are praying that there was a dry quali in Q3. If not, it's going to really mess things up there. In terms of the last episode, guys, we did our final upgrade, which was downforce, and we have seized R&D as you guys voted on that in the last episode. So there is now no more viewer interaction votes now until Season 5. So I want to thank you guys so much for all the support on the votes, for what you've got, for our direction for the channel, for the series. So thank you very much for your support. In the championship, in the constructors, we've gone from 9th to 6th thanks to our double points finish at Singapore. We're now maybe targeting Williams, but I think we'll be a bit too late to the party for that one. So really, we want to stay somewhere in that mid-pack by end of the season, which will be fantastic. In the Drivers' Championship, quickly, we're just outside the top 10 overall, but my aim is that top 10 finish. But at the top of the field, as you can see, Rosberg DNF'd at Singapore, and now the gap's down at 11 points to Max Verstappen, who won with Hamilton 20 points back. So I want you guys to think of who you want to win this championship. I personally want Max Verstappen to win because he's come close in 2 seasons of winning the championship. So it would be nice for him to win it, but we'll wait and see. Our target today, guys, as always, is 100 likes on this episode, guys. So make sure to smash the like button if you want more of this series as well. And hit the subscribe button as well, as we're closing in on 12,000 subscribers. But now is the time for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Can we pull something out of the hat here with strategy, as it is going to be one of those tracks that strategy is going to be key. It's now time for the race, and Crofty and Davidson once again will take you through the whole grid order for this one. So it is now time for the race. Sit back, enjoy, and it's race time. Let's go, boys.
From uncompromising heat to unrelenting storms, you never know quite what you're going to get here in Kuala Lumpur. The inaugural race in 1999 was the last of 4 Grand Prix victories for Northern Ireland's Eddie Irvine. I wonder who'll be adding their name to that history today. 5 lefts and 10 rights make up the 15 corners of Sepang's 3.4-mile circuit, a track where the weather always threatens to play a deciding factor. The drivers will be subjected to forces in excess of 4G and heavy braking zones in 4 of these corners, 2 of which come at the end of DRS zones into turn 1 and to turn 15. Joining me to talk you through the action today is Anthony Davidson. And give us an idea of what kind of thing you're going to be looking out for today.
Well, the big question for me is whether or not we're going to see the cars able to follow each other closely enough to overtake, especially through the fast sections here. Of course, we've got DRS, and that will help on the straights, but it's still no good if you're coming off the previous corner too slowly or too far behind.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So before the off, Let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg is on pole position today after coming out on top of a difficult qualifying, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Raikkonen, Lewis Hamilton and Ricciardo, Button, Bottas, Grosjean and Rio Haryanto, Sauber, Sainz, Daniel Kvyat and Wehrlein, Alonso, Magnussen, Nico Hülkenberg and Felipe Massa, Perez and Ericsson, Esteban Gutierrez and Jolyon Palmer rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we go, guys, on the grid for the Malaysian Grand Prix, and those times are very encouraging because they could be on dry, on the soft tyre potentially, with the change of conditions. So we're about to find out. It is a dry race, which is absolutely fantastic. It's time to go on the soft tyre, then the 2 medium tyres, which is quite an interesting strategy call. But our mandatory tyre is the mediums, the hards, sorry. So we will switch this up a bit and go on the hards. Then maybe the softs, maybe, potentially down the line. We'll wait and see. But at the minute, I'm trying to think here what's best. We may go on 2 hards and then a medium hard tyre, sorry. So we'll see if that works. But I feel this strategy we've got here could potentially work, but we'll wait and see. So we're going to stick with this tyre strategy, see how we go in this one. But look at that, it's 3 stops apparently, it's 10 seconds slower. So we could maybe do the 3 stopper. We have to wait and see how long these soft tyres, well, the hards go. But we are taking a massive gamble with this strategy, and I hope it works as well. Make sure to like the video, guys. 100 likes is the target as we're about to start. Probably one of the most important races of the season, but here we go. It is time for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Are we going to get through? Lights out and away we go here in Malaysia, and it's a great start from us. Grosjean's had a bit of an iffy start. I have to say, Raikkonen's dropping the pecking order. Haryanto's fighting with Raikkonen. As you guys remember, we had a bit of an issue with Raikkonen in Singapore, but lots of people leave the door open on the inside as we just dive in. And we're up to P7 already, so it's a good start there. Ricciardo and Bottas side by side, but it's a great start from us here, as we're going to try and go on the outside of Bottas on those medium tyres. And we've got past him. We're up to P6 already. What a start this has been for us here in Malaysia. We've got overcast weather, and it could play a bit of a trick on us here with maybe some rain at the end of the race. You never know. Getting a little bit of dirty air there from Ricciardo. So far, not a bad start. We need to think about who's on what tyre ahead of us, obviously. We're on the hard, so we're going to go quite long into this race. Going to try and preserve these as much as possible and try and do a 2-stop. If we can, but at least we're starting on the mandatory tyre in this race, which is the hard tyre. So luckily we've got that out of the way, and it's not too bad. So I may even switch it to that 3-stop there and really go aggressive. I think it can work, but we're going to be parking the bus a little bit like we did in Singapore and holding the pack up just a little bit here on a track that I'm really not a big fan of, I'm not going to lie. As we've got Bottas now, he's going to get a little bit of slipstream here from us, and we know that Williams is quick in a straight line. So definitely need to keep an eye on that driver in this race, as we've got, I think that's Hamilton in P4, which is not too bad. But it's Rosberg leading the way then in this one. The current championship leader by 11 points from Max Verstappen, as Hamilton's going down the inside of someone. I don't know who it is. It's Sebastian Vettel, so I think Max is in P3 and Raikkonen's in P2. Is it? I'm not too sure who's who. I think Raikkonen's behind us, actually. He is indeed. So that is my bad on there. So I think it's Rosberg, then Verstappen, then Hamilton is the pecking order, if I'm correct. It is indeed. Vettel down to P4. So the softs, I want to see how long the guys on the soft tyres can go on for, but the traffic at the minute is going to play to my advantage with these guys all in a straight line. They're all going to be checking up early for corners than normal, so we can take the advantage. But being behind this is going to cause us a little bit of dirty air and damage to the front 2 tyres. So we've got to be thinking about that during this first stint of the race. So all we can do is just stay behind these guys. Obviously, they are going to be on a different strategy to us. Some may do 3 stops, some may do 2 stops. So we'll wait and see what they're going to do, and let's get the back end slid out there. But Raikkonen's still with us, so I have to lift off a little bit there because of the dirty air from Ricciardo's Red Bull, obviously replacing us from when we were there in season 3, of course. So we get nicely now into that line, but not a bad start, I have to say, really, from us. Just outside the top 5. As we've got a move for the lead, Verstappen's gone down the inside of Rosberg. They're side by side, coming out of the final corner. I think Verstappen's going to lead this one to the line. It's going to be very close between them, as Rosberg technically has the lead of the race. Raikkonen now is the fastest of all, as we've got the DRS enabled, as Ricciardo's going down the inside of, look at that, 3 wide at turn 1, 3 wide as Hamilton. It looks like he's going to take the lead of the race, actually. Raikkonen's coming back at us. What action this is at the start. We've got action galore. Vettel's got a problem. Vettel's going very slowly, holds his teammate back as well. And we're like, thank you very much. We'll take that P5 from you, Sebastian. And they're still side by side, the Mercedes drivers, as Hamilton has taken the lead of the race. What a drive from Hamilton, I have to say, as he now leads this race from the from his teammate, then the 2 Red Bulls, then me and P5, then the 2 Ferraris. So this is very encouraging signs that our car is not that bad with the Red Bulls and Mercedes and Ferraris on race pace. So we'll wait and see, but still a long way to go though in this one. We've got Vettel behind on the mediums, we've got Ricciardo ahead on the soft tyre, we know Raikkonen's on the soft tyres as well, so maybe if I was Ferrari, let Raikkonen through, but we'll have to wait and see. But we will be sitting ducks here to Sebastian and Raikkonen because of the DRS coming up in a moment. We haven't got DRS on Ricciardo, but very tasty up front though, I have to say. So I've got to say, very close between the top 4. We've started to pull back a little bit, but that's only because we are on the hard tyres, so we will be slower than these guys up front. But as long as we keep up there, as Raikkonen's got past his teammate now, as still side by side, the 2 Ferraris are still going at it side by side there. I don't know who's going to win between them, but Raikkonen's finally got past his teammate on slipstream and DRS. We've gone wide. Someone's gone wide ahead as well. I think that is Nico Rosberg. It is indeed, as Verstappen's done a brilliant move round the outside on Rosberg. So the AI, I have to say, pretty good on their own against each other, but against me, we, as you may have known, not particularly well. But we'll see how we pan out this, as Ricciardo there, right on the back of Rosberg. So Verstappen's very comfortably in a good position here. He could take the lead of the championship actually if he wins this race, and Rosberg's 4 lower, so we'll be interested to see. Actually no, I don't know actually, I'm not too sure. Don't know what I'm saying right now, but we need to focus now. Excuse me. As they're going very slowly now, I have to say, the guys up front, but a little bit of moment there, a bit of oversteer, like a bit of oversteer on the car. But I will be back on, guys, later tonight for a very special video that I've got lined up. It's a plan, a test. I'm doing some testing for a mod that for F1 2017 season mod on this game, and I've had a little play with it, and it's pretty good. And I'm going to be doing a video on it later this evening for you guys for a very special 50% race that I'm going to do around Spa, which will have all the 2017 drivers, 2017 liveries, and should be quite exciting that to see what pace we may be expecting in real life come race time around Spain. So at the minute, really Hamilton now leads the race, but he's going to be put under pressure there. Rosberg's going for a battle with Ricciardo, and Ricciardo's easily got past him. Verstappen though has gone round the outside again of Lewis Hamilton there, and they're still going. What battling this is. This is why I love the AI at times, but Verstappen now leads this Grand Prix. Rosberg's in P4, and as it stands right now, we could be seeing a new leader of the championship, and Verstappen's pushed Hamilton wide actually at turn 4, and it's just bringing everyone else in. It's bringing me in, it's bringing the Ferraris in. So obviously we need to see when these guys pit as well on the soft tyre to give me a rough indication of when I should pit off the hards and do my very aggressive tyre strategy that I am planning on doing. I just don't like the hard tyre around here, and it's really not the best race tyre to be on, if I'm honest with you, but it's starting to get a little bit more grip now. And as I've said, the train strategy here, if they're in a train, they're going to be braking early for corners, and we can brake at the same point as we normally do, and just getting that few tenths of a second on the pack. But Raikkonen's coming back at us now, and for the first time this race, we are going to have DRS on the cars in front, so that's absolutely what we want. as Verstappen leads this race then. And I've got to say, it's very close between all of us here. We're going to run up to Rich Mix. Rosberg's had a poor exit. We'll take the inside of Rosberg. Thank you very much. We'll take P4. We've run a little bit wide though at the corner, and we've gone very wide, locking up the front right. And Raikkonen's right on our trumpets, and you may remember, guys, from Singapore what happened between us two. But we're going to come back at Rosberg, and we're back up to P4, as Verstappen's actually dropped from the lead down to P3, so not a good 2 corners there from Max. We've ran wide, but Lewis Hamilton leads this race then. All 4 drivers ahead of us are championship contenders here, I've got to say, and Rosberg's in P5, so we can keep Rosberg behind. These guys can close the gap in the championship, but we've got a good run here on Max. We're going to try and take him on the inside into the next corner, and we get it done there, squeeze him out a little bit there. But we got the move done, and we're up to P3 now, as they're now starting to struggle now on the soft tyre. So now is our opportunity now to just build this gap to these guys and just go for it. So we'll see how long these guys stay out for. Overcast conditions is going to help us with tyre wear, I will add as well. So we'll see how this pans out. See when these guys pit. I'm thinking 6 and 7 laps, I'm going to guess, of the laps they're going to stay out. If they go to lap 8, lap 7, 8, that would just be perfect for us to just jump off these tyres same time as them onto the softs and just go for it and do our free stop strategy that we are lining up here. We've got a full allocation of tyres as well for this one because of the wet conditions, and we'll see how this pans out really, that's all I can say. But we're going to be under pressure now from Verstappen with the DRS, but the slipstream just helping out Verstappen here because I don't really want Rosberg getting overtaken there. So we're about to find if anyone's pitting, and indeed Hamilton and Ricciardo are in the pits. We've got a yellow flag out though, as Daniel Kvyat is the first man to retire from the race. If the safety car comes out, that is very bold from Hamilton and co. But here comes Verstappen getting a lovely bit of slipstream down the straight, and he's going to take us on the inside, and we take the lead. But we're going to try and squeeze him out a little bit here. We're going to be side by side still with Max. He's going to try and hold it around the outside. We're going to give him the space as he's still with us there. On the inside, he's still with us there, and we've just got to check behind. He's still with us, and we take the position back from Verstappen, and we still lead this one. But what a race this has been so far. Rosberg's dive bomb Verstappen into turn 4, and Rosberg's back up to P2. So lots of action there, as I think someone's parked it actually on the main straight. So could there be a safety car possibly for that? I think it's Danny Kvyat, but we'll have to wait and see about that. But I'm pretty sure it will be cleared before we get round, as now Gutierrez is out of the race now. So lots of action going on here, and maybe the safety car could come out. We'll have to wait and see. And it's the VSC actually, so it's the virtual safety car right now. So not where we want to be, of course, but we'll see how we go. We're just going to check tyres quickly. Not too bad, 32-33%, so we can go a bit further in this. As this will particularly not work for the guys behind if they're pitting this lap. As we've got to slow right down now for VSC. Oh, if it goes now, what perfect timing this is. Kvyat for driver of the day. That would be quite cool. Remember, a bit of a tip here. Hopefully it doesn't end at the mid-corner. So we need to keep an eye on this. But we're going to see the likes of Rosberg, Verstappen coming into the pits. There we go. Let's go. And as I said that, I think Verstappen's gone in the pit lane, so that's not a good call there from Max. As Bottas is now up to P2. And Vettel's P3, so very interesting call that, as Ericsson's in the pits now as well. So we're going to stay out for another lap or so and do our strategy of the triple soft stint right now. So we are going to stick with that strategy. A lot of you will be thinking why I'm doing it and it's 10 seconds off. But I just feel we've got pace here, I think, to make this strategy work. So we are going to box. Trying to think here, 7 laps, 14, 21. We'll pit on lap 9. The next lap we'll box for the soft tyre and do a triple soft stint, which has gone a bit too early into that corner, which will lose a little bit of grip, as you've just noticed. But really it's quiet on track, I've got to say. After Sebastian Vettel on P3, there's not many people out on track, obviously making their first pit stops, of course. So The gap's 3 seconds nearly to Valtteri Bottas, who's now at Mercedes, of course, replacing the retired Nico Rosberg. So just taking it nice and easy through this section. Just a little bit of a slight lock up there, but almost made the corner perfectly. Perfectly fine on fuel as well. That's obviously a nice sign. But Lord Haryanto for driver of the day. So I'm going to see when Bottas and Vettel pit is going to be the next question. But we're going to box at the end of this lap, guys, onto the soft tyres. Actually, Bottas and Vettel are in the pits right now, so it's not bad. Not too bad pace as well. Still sticking in the low 140s, which is not too bad for me. On the the hard tyre, sorry, as I think we're about to find out as Button's up to P2, another man on the hard tyre as well as Rio Haryanto, the Lord and Saviour, is in the podium, lads. So let's get some hype in the chat for Haryanto. I know a lot of you are big fans of him. So it's nice to see the Lord up at the front of the field. So we've got a really nice gap here to Jenson Button. So really it's like a test drive right now for me, like a time trial at the point here. But we'll be boxing this lap. Oh, big moment there. A little bit of oversteer as well. But we corrected that nicely there. So a little bit of a baby bottle there, I have to say. A bit of a baby one, but we got away with it. But we are going to be boxing this lap, guys, for the soft tyre. We are going to be doing this aggressive fast option strategy. And I've never really done one of these. We've always stuck with the first strategy that pops up on the top. Or we make our own strategy. So we're going to do the tyre burn strategy of just using as many soft tyres as possible. But getting rid of the mandatory tyre first is just definitely what we want. So we will box this lap and jump onto the soft tyre. And look at that gag of the cars there. We want to avoid that. So we're going to make our way to the pits. Take a bit of an aggressive line through there, that last corner. Very overcast weather as well, so hopefully the softs won't be as effective. Nearly ruined that pit entry there, but in we go. That's quite funny actually what someone says. So we're in the box then. So I believe Jenson Button will lead this race from Rio Haryanto. So hopefully the guys get a good pit stop here. It doesn't look good. 2.9, not the fastest one there, as Pascal Wehrlein's got through. So we could be coming out here, lads, in P5, as Alonso's about to come past us, I think. He has indeed, but we've jumped a chunk load of drivers who we were fighting for position. So this has worked out beautifully for us, I have to say. As that gaggle there, that Magnussen's leading, is the lead pack. So we've got about 2-3 seconds on them. So, and if we make this strategy work, we need to pull away quickly and not be held up by the likes of Alonso and also Pascal Wehrlein before these guys make their pit stop here. So we'll have to stay behind Alonso through this corner, not what we want to do. Getting that dirty air there from Fernando, just can't do anything about it with the grip he's got on those hards, but we've got a better exit out of this corner. We're going to go side by side through the double right-hander, and we just about get it done there on Fernando, and we are up to P4, but we've got to get a move on right now, because we will be pitting a bit one lap more than the guys behind, who are probably going to do 2 stops, if I'm honest with you.
We have extra fuel available to us.
So we're going to just try and get away from the pack as quickly as possible before the guys on the hard tyres pit, which I believe will be on lap 12, I'm going to guess, will be their time to box. So we'll wait and see what the leaders are on is the big question. What tyres they're on at the minute, but we'll see how this works. Come down the back straight then. When will they pit? They actually are in the pit. Someone's jumped in. I think that's Jenson Button making his way. We're going to run a little bit wide of the last corner to help us as Rio Haryanto, lads, is leading this race. Get some hype in the chat for Rio Haryanto, lads, as Haryanto leads the Malaysian Grand Prix. Could we see a Manor winning this one? I'm pretty sure they could have a chance here, especially with the pack so spread out the leaders. We could be in for a shock here, especially if the gap as it is right now by the time they pit, of course being held up by Magnussen on the hard tyres. We could see Manor doing particularly well. Obviously they are currently our main rivals in the Constructors' Championship, our Manor, so this could work out very nicely for the team here. if they get their strategy spot on. I think they're going to be doing a 2-stop here. If Jensen's pitted this early, he has to be doing a 3-stop for sure, but you never know. He could be doing a 2-stop, but maybe doing a medium stint next, or another hard and then onto the mediums again. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. Let's go purple again in the middle sector. So we're 4 tenths up, so we will probably get the fastest lap of the race, but we are pulling away from Fernando Alonso quickly, so that's definitely what we want. Fuel's completely perfect at the minute. In a good situation for us, so that's not too bad. Come out of the very tricky corner there. The gap, we're starting to put a bit of a gap now, which is definitely what I want. As Ricciardo potentially maybe coming into the pits. No, he's not. He's staying out. I think Pascal Wehrlein now is making his pit stop, so Wehrlein's in. So we're now up to P2, but when's Ricciardo going to pit is the question. Could he go 12 laps on these hard tyres? I think he's going to be doing a hard, medium, soft run here. As we get the fastest lap of the race now. As Lewis Hamilton now is the next car behind us in P3. Rosberg actually. So I think the 2 Mercedes are fighting over P2 realistically in this one. So the Mercedes have jumped both Red Bulls here and the Ferraris. So we now really need to get a move on. Now we know what tyre strategy they are on currently. As Raikkonen's got an issue with his car now. So that's quite interesting. So we just got to get a move on now. Now we know what tyres they're on, most likely the guys. We know the Mercedes, both Mercedes are on the hard tyre. We don't know what tyres the Red Bulls are on or the Ferraris. So remember, we have to make that extra pit stop, guys. Do remember that if we're doing this 3-stopper. Unless the safety car comes out, we will make a switch to the hards again and just go to the end of the race on that tyre if we can. So the gap of the minute is 5 seconds, which is completely fine. But I think it's around about 18, 19 seconds a pit stop round here. So we need to really get to at least 20 seconds by the time we make our final pit stop and we come out somewhere ahead, because we're going to be behind obviously, but we need to get it to around about 5 seconds at least to stand any chance here. So we'll see how we go. So I think Ricciardo may be coming to the pits this lap, and I think he is indeed. So Ricciardo makes his pit stop on lap 12, so that's not bad on hards. So prop to Ricciardo, as we will now lead the race for the first time as we get a fast lap again, a 38.6, sorry. So we are now on the bowl right now. We are really pushing these to the max. So I wonder what tyres Ricciardo is going to jump on. That's going to be the question. As we have a little bit of a moment there, but not too bad. But thankfully, the 2 Mercedes are fighting over second place. So that's helping me build a gap. So that's definitely what we want right now. Little bit of a moment there, but we're going to check tyres in a minute. So not too bad actually. 28% is not too bad on the soft tyre. So we could maybe extend this stint out a tad, but I don't think it's worth the risk on this tyre. So when we hit 50, we're going to box for another set on this. So as long as we get to lap 17, we should be good to get on to another set of soft tyres once we continue. So the gap's 6 seconds at the minute to the guys behind of Rosberg and Hamilton. So we need to keep this gap building up and need them to keep fighting, of course. So this is definitely the middle. When we pit again, that middle part of this next stint of the race is the most pivotal, most important factor of the race. So we're going to see how we get on. Got over 100, nearly 150 people watching this. It's insane. So thank you very much, guys, for coming out and supporting me in this race. Do remember, guys, at the end of the stream, we will be doing a mini Q&A session on my Discord. So if you want to join, the Discord is in the description, guys. The first link you see. Come along if you want, and we can talk about the race. We can talk about anything in particular about F1. The video later tonight will be quite interesting to talk about with you guys. And that will come up later tonight as well, guys. The 2017 performance mod stream video thing. And it will be showcasing quite a few liveries from the community on Race Department who do the liveries on F1 2016. Will be quite nice to do. So if you see any particular familiar faces, then that'll be quite nice to see. As we run a little bit wide there. Through we go for the double right-hander. So we could box this lap if we wanted to, but we're going to just go a little bit longer on strategy as we're up to 40% now. So as long as we hit the lap 16 mark, I think we should be safe to do 2 soft stints here. As the gap's now up to 7 seconds now, so we are really pulling away now. But we will start to see signs of tyre wear, which will bring the field back, of course. So we'll drop it to standard to save a little bit of fuel and some tyre wear on the rears, so we don't spin them up a little bit. But we've got to think maybe about pitting in the next lap or two, as we're starting to lose a tad bit of grip now. Ryan for bottle. Nah, it's not happening. So a little bit of a slight lock up there, but it's not too bad. So on to lap 15, on to the second half now of this race. Half distance has now come up. Still setting some good times actually. Only about 6 tenths off our best lap. So on quite worn soft tyres, that's not too bad at the minute. So we've got Hamilton still fighting with Rosberg, and I think Hamilton has got the move done with DRS, I believe, on the back straight. So they're still going head to toe with each other, which is not too bad.
There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mix 3 for long with that much, but do burn it if you need to.
So we're going to just see how we get on here. Starting to get a feel for loss of grip now through this middle sector, so maybe we may consider pitting. Definitely next lap, but maybe at the end of this lap, as we're on to lap 15. So we've done quite a few laps on these soft tyres. So we'll wait and see if we can maybe go an extra lap or two. A bit of a double lock up there, not what you want to do on a Saturday afternoon, trying to drive. So we're just going to take it nice and easy through this last sector here. As they will be catching me a little bit now, the guys on the hard tyres, as our tyres are going off the cliff. As you saw, the hards are pretty good on tyre wear, so some of these guys are probably going to do 2 stops and jump onto another set of hard tyres. So we'll see what the plan is for them. I'm not particularly a fan of the mediums hit the tyres, so that's why we're doing this very aggressive, fast, soft tyre strategy. So we have got that nice buffer behind of 7 seconds now to the cars behind. So we're just going to see if they come into the pits or not. Can't really tell from that angle, but 7.5 is not bad, considering it was around about 2 seconds, I think, when we came out the pits. So we've gained 5 seconds on these guys in this stint, so not a bad stint here from us. But we will box this lap with about 13 laps to go, so that's not too bad actually. We can do it, it is possible, but still 7.5 seconds, so not too bad. And especially if they pit as well, that's going to be quite interesting, because I think it's now time for the second round of pit stops to play into effect. So definitely going to be interesting the last few laps. We're going to be hunting down the cars in front, who are going to be on medium hards probably by the end of the race. So got to keep an eye on that. Look at the tyre wear, 62% on the rear left. Basically on the left hand side of the car is on 60%, while on the right is still on 50 odd. High 50s. So Hamilton there gaining a 10th on us there. So I think now is definitely the time to box. So we will box this lap.
4 seconds.
So we'll make our way to the pits. Hopefully and pray that the cars behind are pitting as well, because then we can try and build in a bit of a gap as well on the second stint. So we'll full pelt it down the straight, of course. I think I went too early on softs. Okay. We'll make our way to the box now. Hopefully the Mercedes, one of the Mercedes will pit as well. But we'll wait and find out. Make our way into the box, and both Mercedes are staying out, so that's quite interesting. So we'll be hunting them down on this out lap and try and build that gap at the minute. So we'll see how we get on. We'll make our way into the box. And it's another set of soft tyres going on. And we leave. So where's Sainz on mediums? Interesting. So if we can get ahead of Sainz, this could work nicely, but I think we're not going to beat him here. Who's that? Haryanto. We can try and get ahead of Haryanto maybe. And we have got ahead of rear Haryanto, thankfully. So as long as we can get past Sainz quickly, we should be fine to really close the gaps down a bit more. But we'll run Rich and try and do what we did with Fernando Alonso, try and get him done quickly as possible. So we've only got 12 laps to go then in this one, so it's going to be 2 6-lap stints on these soft tyres. As Sainz left the door open there for us, but we have to back out. We're going to try and do the same thing we did to Fernando Alonso when we came out of the pits. It's a good exit there from us. We're going to go side by side with Sainz. A bit brake late, try and make the corner there, squeeze him out a tiny bit there, but we've got it done. And we are up into P7. Now we've got Max Verstappen next on the radar, on the hard tyres. I think everyone else in front of us is on the hard tyre. But maybe the Ferraris are going to do pit same time as me and onto soft tyres. Because remember, you can do 2 hards at a soft tyre stint. And we know that I think Vettel's on medium, so I think he may go onto another set of mediums potentially. Or a soft stint. We have to wait and see what they do at Ferrari. That'll be interesting. Who does what on there. So we're going to use Rich down the back straight. Is any one of the Mercedes pitting? The answer is yes. And it is going to be, I think, Lewis Hamilton, because Rosberg's coming, has already crossed the line. So Hamilton first to blink in this one. And we're going to see what tyres people are going to be going on right now. So we've got Ricciardo on the hards, I think. Vettel on the hards as well. So now, really, we need to pull a massive gap now to Hamilton behind. As Raikkonen's issues have been fixed, so Raikkonen's back on the move. So I wonder what his problems were. But remember, we've already used the mandatory tyre of the hards. So that's definitely what we want, of course. So we got that out of the way, which is fantastic. A little bit of a twitch there. Not too bad, we run a little bit wide. A little bit of oversteer right now. So our power output's down, which is normal really, if I'm honest with you, in this career mode. Not particularly bothered about that.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.3 seconds.
A little bit wide as well, but not too bad. And onto the back straight once again. We are closing in on Max Verstappen, who I believe is going to pit this lap. I'm pretty sure, as we saw Ricciardo in the pits, the rest of the field ahead of us will box, as Rosberg is indeed in the pits. So we pits and will most likely go onto a set of the hard tyre for the final stint. So everyone is in. Bottas on the medium tyre, surprisingly, as we got the fastest lap of the race. So I won't be interested to see what people go on there. As Haryanto's up to P2, lads. P3, P2, Button's up there as well. So doing pretty well are the cars. So hopefully Rosberg gets held up here by the pack. And now we'll have to see what goes on right now. So Bottas a surprise, really. Going on to a set of medium compounds. That's a surprise, I have to say. We'll have to wait and see if that is really the best strategy for the guys. So we'll wait and see, as we're coming up to now 10 laps to go right now. So, but do remember, guys, so we'll be doing a conference after this, so like a press conference with you guys, so you can talk to me about the race itself, what you think I should have done a bit better. But really, this is the best strategy. This is going to be all on strategy here. If I get this wrong, obviously I blame myself for doing this strategy, but I just wanted to spice things up a bit with this. We're not really fighting for the championship, but since we're down the pecking order, I think we may as well just go for it. But we would love to see Ryan DNF. Thanks for that. Appreciate that comment of you guys wanting me to bottle it. We've only had like little baby bottles in this race, I have to say. So we've got 6 seconds to Jenson Button and Ria Haryanto, and they're obviously going to be boxing very shortly for the final pit stop. Speaking of which, I think Button's in the pits as Haryanto is still going up there in P2. So Button's in for his final stop, which I think is going to be another set of mediums, I presume. So Haryanto could possibly be going onto the soft tyres at the end of the race, so we could see maybe Haryanto in the points, but we'll wait and see. But we've got a nice gap to Rosberg right now, so we need to get that gap to at least 18 seconds if we can, or somewhere in double digits by the time we pit for the final time, and we can make our assault on the cars ahead of us right now. So this is a very pivotal moment of the race right now. Tyres are not too bad as well on 32%. So we're not going to be panicking about fuel. A little bit wide. A little moment there, but we're good. Just clip the cone there a little bit. Apologies if anyone's a fan of the cones on this game. But coming up then to 8 laps remaining then this one. This is going to be probably one of the closest races of the season, really. Well, I think strategy is going to play the biggest factor on who's going to win this Grand Prix. Will it be Rosberg playing the safe 2-stop strategy, or will it be us taking the gamble on the 3-stop? But we've currently got 10-second gap to Nico Rosberg at the minute. So that's particularly very promising for us, but we may have to tactically pit early and try and get a little bit of an undercut maybe on pitting normally, but we'll wait and see until the gap starts to drop off. That's when we'll box. So that's very important to keep an eye on the delta times at the minute, but it looks like Mercedes are going to have quite a good day here, getting a double podium, it seems, but you never know, something could spring a surprise. If a safety car comes out, then it's basically us for the win potentially. If they don't, well, I don't know actually. We'll have to box anyway, but hopefully the safety car won't come out. VSC will be quite nice. So 10.7 seconds is the gap at the minute to Nico Rosberg. Take a nice wide line. So on 40% now. A little bit better on tyre wear this time round on this stint. So that all 4 wheels are on the same, roughly the same percentage, which isn't too bad. So there is Rosberg. And there is Lewis Hamilton. The 2 Mercedes looking pretty tasty, trying to go for that win. But I really need them to battle again, if I'm honest with you. If they battle, that will help me massively right now. But at the minute, it's looking good. Very good consistent pace as well. We've set purple last sector as well. A little bit of a bottle there from us, but we make the corner anyway. So hopefully we won't have lost too much time there, but the lockup's not going to help our cause.
Okay, distance to teammate, 37.6 seconds.
Nice to know we're 37 seconds behind our teammate Marcus Ericsson. So we only lost 2 tenths in the first sector. It's not really of an issue right now, but the gap's still 10.7. I think the earlier we pit now, the more we can attack, but I think we have to pit, I think. Maybe this lap or next lap. So we'll have to wait and see. We've got to think about fuel as well, but we're fine at the minute on Rich. As we go purple again in the middle sector. Very good sector there from us, and we're now 11 seconds ahead of Rosberg. So we're getting close to that target range. If we can get maybe 6-7 seconds behind Rosberg, we may have a chance here, unless Hamilton may do some dirty tactics and hold us up. We'll wait and see. But we'll go for one more lap and see if this is going to be a purple lap or not. It will be quite nice to see. But really, we need to just put out a bit of a gap now and just try and land in a very comfortable position, like P3 or something, or P4, and just attack and not get held up by traffic. So we're going to box at the end of this lap. Not this lap now, obviously, and we do get a fastest lap of the race as well. On worn softs, it's not bad. 15 seconds is the gap to Hamilton, so that's really where we want to be right now, as we'll make our way round once again for the final time before we box once again. So not a bad lap that, I have to say. And we make that mistake, obviously the mistake at turn 1, we've got purple in the first sector now. Very wide though, very, very wide. Keep it on the track, Ryan. So we've had a very mixed range of great battles today. Obviously the start was probably one of the best starts in terms of battles of the season so far. And probably the series as well. 6 drivers in with a shout of leading this race. As you can see, we're starting to lose a little bit of grip. The gap's now 13 seconds to Rosberg. So I think now, with it being 60% of the tyres, I think now is the time to pit. Box for another set of softs and get us to the end of the race. As remember, we've already used the mandatory tyre, which was the hard, at the start of the race. So we'll box now, put it into lean, just so we can save a little bit of tyre wear. As we will hopefully get this pit entry spot on, and we do indeed. Get that spot on. We need to make sure we don't get speeding penalty here. Take it very cautiously there as we go in to the box for our last pit stop of this race with 5 laps to go. So we should be safe on tyres right now, but Rosberg will lead this race with 5 laps to go. And we are going to be hunting them down now like madmen right now. Vettel goes past as well, up to P3. Bottas actually, surprise, P4.
Pit strategy complete.
As we've been passed by Bottas and Ricciardo, but we're ahead of Verstappen, which is important. Verstappen was the one I was kind of concerned about right now. Luckily, Bottas and Ricciardo are fighting for P4, so this will help us hopefully. Now we need to push now. Try and get past these guys quickly as possible and make the moves when needed. As we're going to get a very nice exit here on Ricciardo. Get it done round the outside there, squeezing us a little bit there. As we're side by side through this corner.
Strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried. It's just some bad data, so keep doing what you're doing, and I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
I don't know what that was from Jeff there. No idea what he said, but that's the first time I've heard that message in the series. Oh, and Bottas there going very slowly mid-corner and just clips off front wing. Don't know what Bottas was doing there, but oh my god, Bottas bottled us. But should be not an issue right now, but definitely not what I needed there. Bottas going very slowly through the hairpin. I don't know what his anticipation was or whatnot for that corner, but very close. So we're 5 seconds behind Sebastian Vettel right now, but I've been on the podium. I'll take a podium finish if this works, but don't say engine's going to blow up. But we're purple in the middle, the last sector, which is not too bad, I have to say. So not too bad really. We are catching them up quite quickly, the guys on the medium, on the hard tyre. So now we've got some clean air. We just need to punch in some fast laps now. Take a massive gamble on fuel as well. So we've already took nearly a second out of Vettel in the first sector as well. And look at the gap we've pulled to Bottas already.
4 laps of fuel remaining.
Yes, we know we've got 4 laps of fuel, Jeff. Don't remind me. Shut up, Jeff.
Copy that.
Don't need Jeff telling me what to do now. We just need to floor it now. Take aggressive strategy. There is the lead free in the pack. Don't count out Sebastian Vettel are winning this. He's right on the back of, I think it's Lewis Hamilton right now. But I can just see the back of the Ferrari there. Maybe you should have pitted a lap earlier, possibly, but I have to say the race pace is not too bad really. So maybe next season we'll, with some upgrades, we could be up there fighting with these guys on race pace. So I don't think we're there just yet, but we are getting close to that. So I think we have to maybe settle for P4, but P4 is not bad if we get another fastest lap of the race as well. As we've only got 3 laps to go then. A podium would be nice, but Vettel's quite far up the road, so we'll have to wait and see if the tyres can last as well. Ricciardo's got past Bottas, is up to P5 now. So now 3.8 seconds is the gap to Sebastian Vettel. Just see him a bit closer now on the map, so if we can get a top 3, then that'll be fantastic for us in the championship perspective. Even P4 is not too bad, but I just feel my race pace needs a bit of improving with this car, so maybe some setup work may be required. Maybe some upgrades as well may help us improve the car, but we can't do any more upgrades until the start of next season. So I think this is very encouraging signs for us for Season 5, of course. Which is something we can take that away from this race. I think my pace on the hards wasn't going to be strong enough to be anywhere near the top 5, so that's why I feel I had to take this strategy of the 3 stop right now, if I'm honest with you guys. I think 2 stops we would still not be in the top 5, because I don't think our race pace is not that great to challenge for a win. We got lucky in Germany, if you remember, but we've only got 2 more laps to go in this one, and a bit of a 2-lap warning. We'll be heading to Discord after the race for a press conference style Q&A session. So if you want to join us over on Discord, the mods will put it in the chat, and also it will pop up at some points during the stream automatically. So if you want to head over there now, you're more than happy to. Massive moment there of oversteer, but we are putting away from Ricciardo, so just in case our tyres start to go off, we should see. But the gap's 3.6 seconds, but we are really going for it now. What's our fuel like actually? Could be close. So I've got to maybe think about, I think the front wing damage is coming to play as we nearly have a bottle there. We have a mini bottle. Pretty close, so I think we may have to concede P4 here, but I'll be very happy really that we've gone from 11th to 4th in this race, and I think it's really the only strategy call really, so I'll be happy with that. I know some of you may be a bit disappointed. We should be on the podium, but I think the car is not consistent podium finish car really. I think ours is only for like mixed conditions or safety cars popping up at the right time. So AI will pit this lap. I would laugh if they pit this lap. Well, well, they're not actually, so that's a shame, as Rosberg will start the final lap then of this race, and this will be handy for the championship actually, and he will extend his lead unless he blows up right now. So it's very wide. We're doing a Mark Webber there actually on the last lap there, which is kind of a bit weird. We're going to drop into lean for a little bit, just thinking about fuel here, because we did run out of fuel in one of the races in career mode, so in Monza, so we don't want a repeat of that, of course. So we're going to bring the car home. Oh, that's all we can do now. Bring the car home, avoid any punctures, avoid running out of fuel, and take another strong top 5 finish here, which is pretty good for the team so far. And we'll find out where Ericsson is. I don't think he's going to be in the points, but as we've got the fuel light blinking now. As Ricciardo's coming for us slowly, but he is coming for us. I don't think he's going to catch us by the end of the race. And I think Bottas has been joined by someone else as well, so the gap's now 6 seconds to Sebastian Vettel, which I'm not really bothered about. So as we're just going to quickly mention, great battling at the start with the top 6 of the Ferraris, the Red Bulls and the Mercedes and myself was pretty nice. But the free stop was really the only strategy I could go for to get us up the field, if I'm completely honest with you guys. So Rosberg will win here in Malaysia, and it's only quite close actually from his teammate Lewis Hamilton, as there is confirmation Sebastian Vettel will come home in P3, but we're going to come home in a pretty nice P4 here for the team. More points on the board for us. I will take P4 in this race. Great job from the team. Great drive. And that's it really. P4. Not too bad. But yeah, here's Crofty.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Pascal Verdun, P9, not bad.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
So Rosberg wins, extends his lead in the championship, which is even more important. I think it's going to be 27 points to Hamilton, if my maths is correct. And the champagne flies round here in Kuala Lumpur. But for us, it's a great result, really. P4. So I'll take it on the chin. And once again, here's Crofty.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Nico Rosberg, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Felipe Massa. For me, that was an outstanding performance that drew on every bit of his not unsubstantial experience.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So the results then, Nico Rosberg wins by only 1.2 seconds from his teammate Lewis Hamilton, with Sebastian Vettel in P3. We got P4 and a great drive there, and the only man in the top 12 in a free stop, so it kind of worked for us, which isn't too bad. Ricciardo P5, Bottas P6, Max Verstappen P7. The Lord and Saviour, Lord Haryanto, gets some points for Manor, and Pascal Verdun as well, so double points for Manor, which isn't really going to help us. Maybe extend our lead a little bit, but we'll wait and see. Massa gets 10th for driver of the day as well. Not really particularly happy with that, really, but Massa gets it, and Raikkonen's issues brought him down to P12, which is a bit of a shame. Ericsson 14th, not too bad. Felicimore GP considering he started 20th in the grid, and the retirees were Esteban Gutierrez and Daniel Kvyat completing the field here. So the championship, we stay where we are, but we've closed the gap to Massa to 3 points for that top 10, and Hamilton, as I said, moves up to P2, 27 now points behind Nico Rosberg, and Verstappen drops to P3, 30 points back as well. And really, no one's really changed positions, which is not too bad really, so it's a short one there. In the Constructors, we're still P6. Manor closed the gap down to 9 points now. Is it 9 points or 11 points? I think it's 9 points. Yeah, it is 9 points from there. And the gap to Williams is 51 points. So we are closing them in a little bit, but we'll wait and see what lies ahead for us there. But that has been the episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Remember, I will be going to Discord right now, so it's in the description, guys, and the mods will spam it in the chat as well, where I'm going to be doing a little mini Q&A conference session. So if you want to join, you're more than happy to come along and talk to me if you want for a little bit. But we'll be back later this evening at about 8 o'clock for a very special video that I'm going to be streaming for you guys of a F1 2017 mod performance thing around Spain, which will be quite exciting. We're going to do qualifying, we're going to do a 50% race as well, and see how this mod works. And it's a good little see that I may be doing for a 2017 season mod, so keep your eyes out for that, guys, in the future. But until then, thank you very much for watching this, guys. I do appreciate it a lot, and I will see you guys next time, which will be on Monday for the next round of career mode, as I'm away from tomorrow onwards. I'm missing Monday and Sunday as I'm away for family stuff. But until then, guys, have a fantastic day wherever you're doing around the world, and I shall see you in about a few minutes for the conference session. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new video. Until then, it's goodbye from me, guys. Have a great day, and see you soon.